Hey, how are you doing? This is Greg Van Kirk, and want to spend a few minutes here walking you through the Team RACI Structure collaborative conversation tool. So this is one of the change-making team tools, and in the field guide for college and university students in particular, you'll find this in Toolkit 2, Project Management. Obviously, the tool is in other places. You can reference this and use this to help you walk through it as well. So we've got, as always, the About This Tool section on the top, and then how to use this tool. The tool itself is right here, which I'll walk through after I go through the About This tool. So establishing and checking in on individual roles and responsibilities is critically important for team success. This is especially true for diverse change-making teams that are working to solve complex problems in uncertain and ambiguous environments. This Team RACI Structure tool should help you and your team do this. Note, really helpful too, and really important to have clear roles and responsibilities when you're working virtually or hybrid, right? Some of the new working organizational structures that we have. A RACI model is a responsibility matrix that was originally conceived way back in the 1950s. It was designed to help teams ensure that everyone is included while avoiding potentially conflictive situations where team members either don't know their roles and or are confused about which role they should be playing. RACI is an acronym for the following four roles. The first one are responsible. These are people who perform the work, so responsible for doing the work. Move over to the right. A, accountable. This is the person who's ultimately accountable for making decisions. So this the buck stops with this person. C, consulted, or those people. Forgive me. It doesn't necessarily accountable. Doesn't necessarily have to be just one person. C, consulted. This is anyone who could be or should be consulted with while the work is in progress and or before important decisions are made. Their advice may or may not be taken depending on the circumstances. So people need to understand if they're in a consulting role and what the expectations of that are. And I, informed. This is anyone who should be informed of the work periodically and or when decisions are made. This is a passive role. Okay, so that's our RACI structure: responsible, accountable, consulted, and informed. Below, we have this how to use this tool. So we can see the description there. I'm just going to walk through it in my own words, but really straightforward. Here's the tool itself. As always, you can click here or on the tool in the PDF that you'll have to access the Google Sheet and make an editable copy for yourself. Okay, so you got this in PDF format in your field guide. So first, what do? We go to the top, the team member names. So jot down who are the team members that we're including here. I have space for 5. There could be fewer. There could certainly be more. Again, if you're doing this in Google Sheets, you can go through and edit, and you can add or subtract cells. Change the tool however you'd like to, however fits best with you and what you're trying to do. The overall goal. So what is the goal of the team? So it's the overall big picture goal. Then we have the tool itself. When we go down on the top left, you'll see we have projects and activities. And then over on the right, we have our RACI team roles. Okay, so all we're going to do is we're going to start on the left, and we've got project activities, title, description. So we put in right in there, jot down in there, what's the project, what's the activity that we're talking about, which is part of us achieving our overall goal. And then to the right of when we note that down, we put in our projected completion date. That's if applicable. There might not be one. That's okay. And then RACI team roles. I'll just see moving over from left to right is who's responsible, who's accountable, who should be consulted, and who should be informed. Super straightforward. Those are obviously going to be the people who are named up above as team members. And so you're going to put down the right person for the right project and activity and the right role that they're playing, or have a conversation about it and figure it out. You'll see there are a number of rows here where you can fill in a number of projects and activities. You may have fewer, you may have more, as always. That depends on the overall goal and what you're doing with this tool. With regards to engagement role guidance, remember we're engaging either probably in hands-on, in consulting, or innovating. So if you're in a hands-on, here's just some guidance on a way that you might use this tool, which might differ a little bit from the description and how you're using it. So hands-on, noted down here, use this to coordinate your work within the organization and or community, right, where you're being hands-on. You could also talk to members of the organization about their work and use this to fill out a RACI model for them. So figure out the organization, community that you're working with. Can you do a RACI model for that organization? Sort of note all that down. Consulting. If you use this to help organize your work with the organization or project team that you're consulting for, so build out a RACI model. This can also be a very useful deliverable. It means you're creating, maybe this is going to be a project idea that you have or a recommendation that you have, build a RACI model for it on how it's going to be implemented potentially, and deliver that to the organization as a deliverable, as something you'll give at the end or certainly during the consulting project design. You can provide a recommended RACI model for implementing your proposed strategy or solution, right? As I just noted. And innovating. Use this to assign RACI roles for your innovation team. This should include organization and or community members, right? We want to be inclusive when we're focused on collaborative change making. So that's the Team RACI Structure tool. I hope you find that helpful. And don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions or like to chat about something or any ideas or would like to collaborate as always. But apart from that, have a wonderful day and good luck in everything that you're doing.